Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So you guys know I love being in the kitchen. It is definitely my favorite part of the home, and it was time for a kitchen makeover because our kitchen was looking a little dusty and all of our appliances are falling apart. It was a whole thing. So today I'm going to do a kitchen reveal, and before I do that, I do want to thank Walmart for sponsoring today's video, but I'll tell you more about Walmart and their new creator program a little bit later on. Let's get into this kitchen makeover. So what I'm going to do today is I'm just going to walk you through the kitchen. But first I want to kind of tell you about the entire process, which I did record. I have many vlogs recorded, so let me know down in the comments if you do want to see those, but of course I'll get you up to speed. So basically we started with gray cabinets without a backsplash. There's so much grease on the wall, and the first DIY project I ever did in the home actually was updating the kitchen. We did a good job, not a great job, and we wanted to finally take it to the next level, especially since I love to film content in here and I love to cook, and we just spend so much more time at home. So the first thing I actually ended up doing was purchasing some new countertops, which you can see right here. So I actually ultimately decided to go with soapstone countertops because soapstone is honestly an incredible stone. You were probably thinking, oh Kiva, this looks just like marble. It does look like marble, but it's not marble. It's non-porous, which means that if you spill any wine or anything on it, it's not going to seep into it. It doesn't stain in the same way. It's heat resistant, and it does scratch. It definitely does scratch. But if you get a scratch on it, you can actually just sand that scratch out, which I really truly appreciate because I wanted our kitchen to look nice and sophisticated, but I didn't want it to require so much upkeep because I feel like in those designer homes, you're like, do you cook in there? And always in the stores, they're like, no, right? But I do cook every day. So I wanted to have a kitchen that looked beautiful and was also functional. So step one was, like I said, choosing the countertops. And what we decided to do is go with the soapstone countertops. And then I carried the countertop up the backsplash as well, so that it would be nice and continuous and very sophisticated looking, because of course people often have a backsplash and a countertop that are different, but I just wanted to look like a continuous slab because I think it's so sophisticated looking. Now, will I say, is that trendy? Probably yes, but it's something that I think that will really be evergreen in the type of home that I live in because my home is so industrial to begin with. Not only did I take the soapstone up the backsplash, but we actually ended up getting waterfalls. So if you don't know what a waterfall is, we actually do have stone on either side of our island. So there are no outlets, anything like that. It just looks like a clean, continuous block of stone. And then we have some additional storage underneath. So this is one side of the waterfall, and you can see it is a continuous piece of stone, but they did mess up because this was actually supposed to align with this, and they actually switched them around. So we're in the process of trying to like rectify that because it keeps me up at night, but it is a nice continuous piece. We didn't want to cut any outlets or anything like that because we wanted it to be super crisp and clean. The way that we were able actually to do that is we had outlets over here on the side, and we just moved them over here so that they would be underneath where you sit. So when you pull the chairs out, you can see they're really nice and hidden. You have two sockets on this side, and then we also have two on the other side as well. So you can still charge up and get a really nice and sophisticated look and do everything you want to do at your island, but you don't have to see any of the clutter. It is the first thing you see when you walk in the home, and when I was deciding whether or not I wanted to do a waterfall, when I first paid for it, I said no, because I was like, oh, I don't know if that's worth the premium. But I wanted you to see something when you first walked in the home. So I did add a waterfall here, and apparently a lot of people only waterfall one side, but I wanted it to be nice and continuous. So I put it on this side as well. And when I was doing this project, because of course, kitchen renovations, they cost money, right? It's not a cheap project. I wanted to choose things that would appreciate in value, or at least hold their value for when we move. And soapstone is actually one of the stones that holds its value the very best because it is so durable. So that is why we went with that. Now, not only to add a wow factor when you first come in the home, of course we have the stone, but I also added these mushroom chandeliers. So I got them because they're just so incredibly weird. These are just like the weirdest lights you can think of. So they each have 3 mushrooms on them. They look kind of like tridents to me, and we put them up there, and I really love that they can dim. So I'll show you what that looks like. They go down like that. So if you want really nice mood lighting at nighttime, you can do that. but they also do come up and give you a really nice, sophisticated, warm light. Because the thing with the kitchen is that kitchens can feel really, really, really cold, right? So I wanted to add a lot of warm tones via gold, because you guys know I love gold, and the warm light to make it a little bit more inviting. Because modern and contemporary kitchens are always so sterile. You're like, it's like I'm in the back of a Benihana. I don't know why that's the restaurant that came to mind for me. It feels like you're in the back of a restaurant, but I didn't want that for us. I want it to be warm and inviting and cozy, so that when you came over and I'm cooking, you want to sit here with me while I'm making you up a nice meal. Now let's talk sink and cabinetry and all of that. So if you've been here before, you know that I already had these really basic cabinets, but I'll insert a clip right here of the worst moment of my life. We had our home professionally cleaned because we're getting all this work done. There's so much debris. I just wanted to clean it out, right? And I knew I wasn't going to do a good job, and they ruined my cabinet. They ruined the cabinets, and the price tag, I can't even tell you because it's so expensive to fix, but we did have to have the entire kitchen repainted, which honestly, that's okay. You know, it is what it is. Everything happens for a reason. But to take it to the next level, we did actually add hardware, because we used to not have kitchen hardware, but we added it just so that it's a lot easier to get in there and get whatever it is you want to get out of the cabinet. Of course, I really like the nice and clean minimal look, but hardware is just plain functional. Another decision that we made is we got a black faucet. We used to have a stainless steel faucet and we had stainless steel appliances, but I wanted everything all blacked out. And every time I told anyone I was going to do an all black kitchen, they were like, that's not it. But it's what we wanted. It's what babe wanted. So I said, YOLO, who's going to stop me? It's my house. So we got this faucet. And what I love about this faucet is when you turn it on, it's at a great, let me turn it off. It's at a great pot filler height. So you're making pasta, you're doing anything, you could fill it up. I was not going to pay to have a pot filler installed because I wanted a really nice clean look. And honestly, I just don't make enough pasta for that. It just really wasn't necessary. And it's like really expensive. And then it also does have this upper one that can move about and give a really nice, powerful clean, which I appreciate. I just love that there are two areas, and like the shower like feature is not connected to this one. I don't know, little quirk of mine. Then when it came to the sink, so sinks, we really wanted to turn our stone into a sink, but the people who sold us the stone, they're like, the stone is not going to hold up, so they wouldn't do it for us. And I didn't want to find another fabricator because at that point I just wanted the project to be over. So I got a sink that actually was just like in the same collection as this faucet, so it's black, so that it kind of gets lost in here, so that you don't even notice that there is a sink, except for when it's full of dishes, which it often is, but it's okay. I enjoy doing dishes more now that the kitchen looks better. But this is what we went with, and we actually went with an oversized faucet, so it's not to scale because of the drama. It just gave me drama, and I love the drama. As for other details in the kitchen, I'll kind of walk you through, but again, I do want to say that today's video is sponsored by Walmart, and Walmart is actually starting their own creator program. So what is a creator program? It's basically a program where when you find really amazing items and you want to share that with your people, your friends, your family, your online community, you can do that and monetize your content, right? So you can share all these fantastic finds and make money while doing so, which is honestly an incredible opportunity. And the reason I am partnering with Walmart on this is it's not about being a huge creator or anything like that. Anyone, regardless of their size, regardless of whether or not they're just starting out in the content creation field, you can join this program. There's no minimum follower count or anything like that. It's all about just sharing fantastic Walmart products. So that's something that I could 110% get behind because one, I'm a Walmart stan, and two, I love accessibility. Everyone should be included because there's room for everyone on the internet. So of course I had to deck the kitchen out with some fantastic appliances from Walmart. And if you've been here, you've actually seen some of these appliances be here since the last kitchen makeover. And that's because they're high quality, they're affordable, and they look really, really good. So let's talk to the accessories we have in the kitchen. First, we have my toaster over here in the corner. This is the 4-slice toaster from Beautiful, and this Beautiful brand is actually in a Walmart exclusive. And I've had their tea kettle forever, which you've seen before, but I love that I can actually toast 4 pieces because we used to have a big mega toaster over here and I hated it because it took up so much space. space. And another modification I made to the kitchen, I added all of the plugs up above so that we again wouldn't have to cut into the stone. So anytime you want to plug something in, you can plug up. And what I love about these beautiful appliances is that you don't see a screen until you press the on button. And then you can see all of the features. So bagel, frozen, gluten-free, cancel, like how dark or toasted you want your toast. And then when you press off, it's off. So it's really nice and sleek and minimal. And these appliances were the first things that kind of came to mind for me when I was working in this kitchen, because I wanted something that I could keep out all of the time, but also really blended in well. And of course I have the gold, and you know, black and gold are my colors. As for the area right near the faucet, so again, I wanted the stone to kind of hold its own. So I didn't have any art in the kitchen. Honestly, that's something that Babe and I argued about, because you guys know I love art in the kitchen. But I have my 2 soap containers here. They're just amber. I wanted a little bit of color, but not too much, and honestly I already own them, and I didn't want to spend any more money than I'd already spent. And of course I have them on coasters. Is this stone, like, it's fairly stain resistant, it really doesn't stain, but I have to put them on coasters. So I have these more rustic coasters, and I have my dish soap and my hand soap, and everyone gets them confused, but neither of them are going to hurt you, which is totally fine. And then I have a little dish for my sponge, and of course you guys know I had to do an all white sponge. I have my more colorful ones for my heavy duty work, but for now we just have it really nice and white and plain. You guys know I love these sponges. And again, I did want to reuse a lot of things I already had. So I've had this little brush here forever. You can't actually use it, and Babe was like, what? You bought something that didn't actually you can't actually use it? Yeah, you're not supposed to get it wet or clean with it. Such is life, but I love it. You guys always love it. So I have this here, and then I have a little pop of green. You guys know I'm into faux stems. So this pop of green just brings some life into the kitchen without me having to maintain it, because we just don't get amazing and natural light over in this area. Now we're over in like where I like to cook. And of course I've already messed up the new stove because I've been cooking incessantly, because I love that I finally have a stove again. I really couldn't cook for about like a month, and it was a bad month. But a major change we made is we used to have a stove that had like a high back to it, but because we paid money for the stone, I said, honey, we're gonna see every inch of this stone. So we actually got a stove that was completely flat so that all of the stone would be exposed. And of course I had to put a Dutch oven on here, you know, in all of those really aesthetic kitchens, like in all of those makeovers, someone always has some really nice pot or pan on here. And I've used this bad boy so many times because it's soup season. It's fall, it's soup season. So this is my beautiful Dutch oven. Oh, I made short ribs the other day. They were divine. I made them in here, and I also made some soup in there. And then over in this corner, I have a candle, because a kitchen has to smell good, because you have all those foods. So you want the food scents, but you also want, again, you want it to be inviting. You want it to be warm and sexy. So of course I have candles galore in here, and I actually have my new favorite candle on display here, which is this Allswell Vanilla Tonka Noir candle. It's a coconut wax blend, and you can smell this candle all the way in the bedroom. Guys, we have like 16-foot ceilings in here, and this candle is divine. I even love this little pedestal, adding a little bit of warm wood here in the kitchen. And of course I have my tea kettle back here because I am a tea lady. You guys know I love tea, and again, it's really nice and sleek. You can't see the buttons until you press it. There you go. You can do your oolong, your white tea, your green tea. I just use the boil button. I'm not picky. The second this collection came out, I bought it, and I've had it ever since. And then I actually love that the wood of this candle kind of goes with my utensils, which are just kind of vibing back here. I wanted my utensils to be back in this corner because they're ugly, but I need access to them. And that's kind of it. And something that I paid a smidgen extra for. I'm sure someone will say it was unnecessary, but to me it was worthwhile. I continued the soapstone around this corner because if you look up here, we actually have like a brick gray column going down, even though we have normal brick up above. But I wanted to cover up that gray brick because of course there's gray in the stone, but gray is not like a prominent color to me. I'm actually a gray hater. I wanted to obscure that, so I had them continue it around this corner. And of course, I will insert clips of this stone getting installed. And when I tell you, I had to take down the drywall myself, move some sockets myself. I turned into full Bob the Builder to get this project done. done, but it was 110% worth it. Now let's talk about some other updates we made, because again, we changed all the appliances, and I just want to walk you through them in case you're thinking about making these updates too, because it's so hard to kind of find resources for things like this. So we got an all gas stove because we have gas that has like an air fryer feature and all of that. I'm actually kind of an air fryer hater because I think it's the same as a convection oven. So why would I put the basket in? But you know, you guys can refute me down in the comments. You can convert me. And then we also have a sleek microwave. So the reason that we got new appliances is that, again, all of our appliances were stainless steel, and I wanted all blacked out everything. So I wanted black appliances, but not like the elementary school black refrigerator that they like got that canned juice out of, you know, that they used to mix up in the water. I wanted something really nice and sleek. So we got one of those bundles, because when we were looking at a refrigerator, the refrigerator was like almost the full price of the bundle, but when you got the bundle, it was like $1,000 more. And I was like, why wouldn't I get 4 for the price of 1? I don't know who falls for it the other way, but we did get a new microwave, oven, dishwasher, and refrigerator. And of course, since we have a newly renovated kitchen, I also had to get myself organized, right? Because organization is paramount. So I actually got things from the Home Edit collection with Walmart. They actually have an exclusive collection. So I was able to do everything. So my forks, knives, my miscellaneous items, everything, I got it right, because this cabinet itself, it was sad and it was messy and there was so much dust in here. And I said, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it right. And there is no one more motivating than the Home Edit. So I organized this, I organized all the cabinets, and I even organized the brand new fridge, which I'll show you in a few seconds. But I did get organized because there was no way I was going to continue living in disarray after updating this entire kitchen. And now I'm just going to show you the fridge, because I got it organized again with the Home Edit stuff, and I have to show it off to someone. This is what the fridge is looking like. So we used to have just like a side-by-side refrigerator, and I felt like we couldn't maximize food, right? We would lose food in the refrigerator all the time. We would buy things and buy things and buy things, and no one has money for that. Absolutely no one. So I use the Home Edit collection to really organize everything. So you have all of our fruits and veg, and everything looks so nice and pretty. Like, have you ever wanted to eat a tomato more? The answer is no. And they're really great containers. They stack on top of one another. So I have my grapes, my broccoli, my cranberries, because you know we're gonna do a simmer pot sometime soon for the fall. Everything. We even have this riser for all of the beverages so that you can see all of them. I will say one of my greatest senses of pleasure in life is finding a drink that was lost in a refrigerator. So I can't do that anymore, but I will always have access to everything. I just love that it's now nice and beautifully laid out, and it was so easy to do because the Home Edit collection, they actually kind of show you on the packaging that they have with Walmart. It actually shows you how to do everything. So it was actually really easy to organize, and everything fits perfectly with one another. So as long as you measure your space and your drawers, they've already kind of configured everything for you. So the whole process took us under like 30 minutes to reorganize the entire kitchen, and honestly, our marriage was saved. And of course, I have to just show you the best feature of this refrigerator. Again, in case you're thinking about updating too, it makes 2 different types of ice. And that was a game changer for me. So it does have this tray. It makes pebble ice, it makes normal ice. You can slide this back. It comes with a scoop. And look at that. You can make tea, you can make coffee, you can live out your barista dreams without spending unnecessary money. And then over on this side, this is where we just keep all of our meat. So all the things that we stack up on, it's all just on this side so that we can keep track of it. And the only thing I don't like about this refrigerator is that it yells at you when you keep the doors open for too long. I tell you right now, I probably have about 8 notifications on my phone saying, refrigerator doors open. Yeah, I know it's open. I'm trying to eat something, okay? I'm trying to do a tour. And the fridge disperses water. It goes into this container. I was mind blown. I was scared. I was confused. But now that I figured it out, I quite love it. Okay, you guys, so that is the kitchen makeover. I love this space. Babe, do you love the space? Yes. You do love it. We made all of these decisions together, and I'm so happy. This was, the countertops were actually my birthday gift this year and our anniversary gift, so thanks, babe. But I absolutely adore how this project came together. It just feels so much more like us now. All of our black and white modern dreams have kind of come together, and I couldn't be happier. Thank you so much to Walmart for helping me make this come to life, because not only do I have some amazing appliances, but everything looks just so sleek and sophisticated, and I feel like my design design is actually functional finally. And that's amazing when your design can actually keep working, right? Because we design things all the time and we're like, okay, but that doesn't work for real life. Well, now it can. So I'll have everything linked down below so that you can pick up these products from Walmart as well. And again, be sure to follow along so that you can stay up to date on the Walmart Creator Program. I will be showing you sneak peeks of this program on YouTube and over on Instagram, so go follow me there so that when it does go live in 2023, you can join the program. And I'll even leave a link down in the description box so that you can enter your email to stay up to date on the Walmart Creator Program so that you can be one of the very first to sign up. Let me know down in the comments what you think of our brand new kitchen. I absolutely love it, so I hope you love it too. But even if you don't, I still love it. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and until next time, have a beautiful day.